I'm Todd Calvin De Pew. I play Paul in Fall of the Ash Boar. Well, at its core, it's a family drama, and what happens when a wrench gets thrown into a routine that people have. The story behind it is definitely a family struggle. You have 3 siblings that are, living together and practically taking care of each other. Mm-hmm. And after a turn of events, someone makes a poor decision and it affects the others. My favorite part, I would say, it's a tie between 2 scenes. One is My Enabler, which is a scene between Paul and Grant after the turning point of the story. I would say, just that brotherly back and forth, and just myself and Matt Damsel, who plays Grant. In my opinion, we really hit it off, and we really rocked it. Especially a little improvised scene that we had come up with while we were driving the day before. Really hit it out of the park, I think, and it really sets up for the livelihood of the siblings. You find out about Paul, about Grant, and even about Jackie, their older sister. Between that and the other scene, which we filmed at a wooded park at about 1 o'clock in the morning. We were in the swampland, chopping away at trees, and it was kind of an out-of-body experience, in my opinion. It was really emotional, and we were there till like 3. Bare Minimum Pictures is a collaboration between myself, Matt Damsel, and Jacob Fariance. And Bare Minimum Pictures is a production company who guarantees maximum quality for the budget, the low budget, or even the no budget that we have, to make the best film possible with the least amount of people, the least amount of money, and how we really do give our all, and we make great films. The biggest challenge. Is it okay if I talk about the switch of the actresses that played Jackie? So we had an actress that played Jackie, first of all, and she worked out just fine, but conflict of schedules, whatever, she couldn't finish up her role, so we had to jump back and find a new actress in Morgan Church who really, I would say, fit the role better, and definitely did really well in the role. And she was kind of just thrown into it, and I was really happy with what she came up with. So I guess, and what was that, a year after we shot? What was the other girl's name? Jasmine.
Throwing her under the bus.
Yeah, Jasmine missed out on a great opportunity. The switch and actresses that played Jackie was definitely a difficult challenge, because we had to run back the scenes that we shot previously with the other actress. Mm-hmm. So I think, and that really I don't want to say messed up, because we got through it, and it's actually better than it was before, hands down. Mm-hmm. And I'm much more happy with the outcome. Anybody who has a family or has had a family, in my opinion, this movie hits all bases of family struggle, determination to find yourself and others who have left you, or who are lost themselves. They need to be found. Yeah. Besides the fact that my best friend Matt Damsel wrote and directed and starred in it, him and his ambitious self, I knew I wanted to be a part of whatever he was going to make. And then I was offered the role of Paul, which I didn't have to audition for, which is great. And just reading what a complex person he was. And sometimes when you are auditioning or you find a part or someone who's wrote something or written something, you find there's no levels in the character. And Paul has those levels and those layers of an actual person. And he's vulnerable, but he's strong. But he's confused, and he's an emotional, and he's neurotic. But he's really sweet. You know, all those things. And everyone has that. So just those layers of Paul really drew me to him. And I found some things that you bring every part of yourself, or some part of yourself, to every character. And there were some links between me and Paul that attached. And I just had to bridge the gap to others to find him. So definitely Paul was really what hit it home for me. Yeah. As a young man, I had really bad anger issues. And I would just fly off the handle and not think, just act. Just respond to whatever pissed me off or anything like that. So I kind of had to go back and think of my old self to really put myself in his shoes. Because now as I'm older and a little more wise, I've controlled my anger. And I realized that whatever my actions were will affect the other people in my life.
Nice.
And Paul, he doesn't realize that. He doesn't realize the things that he does. Even if in his opinion he thinks that it's for the greater good, it's not. So, Paul and Grant, they have that typical brother love-hate relationship. You know, I feel it's like a battle of brains and brawn. Even though they come from the same household, the same parents, they're completely different people. How that happened, only they know. But it is a realistic depiction of brothers. Matt Damsel and myself, we've had our quarrels. And he's like a brother to me. And I feel like we brought our relationship into their relationship a little bit. So that was really nice too. Oh, Paul and Jackie. Not to throw Grant under the bus, but I feel that Paul really was self-aware and understood what Jackie did for both of them growing up. As you can see in the story, Grant isn't as appreciative of Jackie as Paul is of what she had done with them while they were growing up together. Paul does what he does as a younger brother, and he tried his best to protect Jackie as much as possible through any kind of harm or, you know, anything like that. So they were real tight knit, and I feel like Jackie always looked to Paul to kind of be her savior, her Jesus, which also kind of. Oh my God, yeah. There's a line that Mr. Damsel wrote, and it went something along the lines of Nick, played by Jacob Variance, says something about a dog, and I have to let him know that I am a wolf, and I'm always creeping up behind him waiting to attack. So with that bullshit that I was told to say, I took with a grain of salt. Now on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have a man can't get lost in his own path, which was also written by Mr. Damsel. One of the truest lines and said in the whole story. You can't.
Yeah.
You know, you create your path. You've known what you did that got you to that point in your life. Mm-hmm. You know what you did. Whether it's good, bad, neutral, doesn't matter. I would say, and I hate to keep on going back to it, but just the production in itself. Matt had his camera already. We had the axe, we had the homes, we had the cars. We bought a couple flannels, you know. Just, I don't know, the tenacity and the drive. I guess to fully appreciate the story, you would have to know what we all went through to make it. And how much effort and blood, sweat, and tears that went into it for making it. And the time. 3 years. On and off. This wasn't a 3-year straight thing. So I guess, but if you still don't know what the story behind of the making of Follow the Ash Borer, you'll definitely appreciate the story in itself as a family drama. Follow the Ash Borer is just the tip of the iceberg for Bare Minimum Pictures. There's so much more to come, and it's going to be something to really be known. More things coming from Bare Minimum Pictures. No, let me say that again. Bare Minimum Pictures.
I'm so sorry.
You're the worst interviewee and the interviewer together. Who put these guys in the same room?
He did. He chose it.
He chose them. Bare Minimum.
Oh my god.
Okay. Dude, it's 5 words. Bare Minimum.
3 words.
Follow the Ash Borer is just the tip.
Just the tip.
It's just the tip. Okay.